Okay, good evening. I'm just going to go over the last couple of days, Monday and Tuesday sheets. These are the sheets that what I do is I'm always 2 or 3 days ahead when I do form. And what I do is I will sit down and like on say Monday sheets were pretty much started on a Sunday morning or probably Sunday afternoon. Because I got so busy over the weekend. So Monday sheets actually start later than normal. But I just want to go over especially for the new guys when I'm sending these sheets through. And you'll see, guys, the last 2 days, the sheets have won so many units. And I'm not even recording them. And I've openly said to guys that I've spoken soon, you're not going to be worried about recording. The only thing that recording does is it obviously you can see I haven't even recorded. Today there was 40 units won. Actually, there was 42 units won if you'd follow the sheets to the absolute rules. And you can see that unlike any other service, this thing just keeps winning. Okay, and if you'd followed the rules and you just stuck to exactly everything that that have been set out on the rules, you would have won so many units. And we can have a quick look at it. As again, I don't even record them. I don't need to record them because I don't bet Monday and Tuesdays. Well, when I say I don't bet, sometimes I might leave the bot on, but 95% of the time I don't bet on Monday. It's just my 2 days off where I just need time to move away from the screens. I suffer from severe migraines because I probably look at screens way too long. So I like to move away from the screens. But if you can have a look on Monday today, what happened, all right, and you can see exactly where the units were won and how they were won today, and then you'll understand why we're not that overly fussed about the recordings. I'm certainly not. Now, if you look at race 1 at Gunnedah, we had the 1, the 3, the 5, and the 8. Now, if you had followed the rules, everything, and bet exactly how I asked you to bet, there's a win there, okay? Because everything got matched, you got well over price. That winner there ended up paying $10 on Betfair, $7.50 news. I mean, across the board, it was $8.50, $9. So it was a nice fill up. Number 3 was well and truly matched. 5 was the emergency, so we didn't have to worry about that. And then 8 and 9, 8 and 10 were all there, all matched. So there was no dramas there. And then if we move over to race 2. Okay, we had a nice fill up again. Okay, we only had 3 picks. Basically, we had the 2, the 5, and the 14, and the 14's won at $11.91, $8.50 across the board. And as you can see, I don't change a thing, members. It's consistently the same thing. We take on favourites. This is I want to keep emphasising this especially to the new members. All right, we are not a service that takes favourites. We'll only take a favourite if it's really, really pretty much unbeatable. Well, not unbeatable. It's pretty much got 5 or 6 lengths on the other runners. If there's not 5 or 6 lengths on the other runners, all right, we're going to take it on, and they win. We saw what happened on Sunday when they win. It's a bad day for us. But if you just follow the sheets over Monday and Tuesday, you're up 40 units. So whatever you lost on Sunday, it's pretty much back. Just because I don't record, that doesn't mean that you don't need to bet. I don't record because I need those days off. All right. Now, if I'd recorded Monday and Tuesday, it's 60 units. And I'm showing you where you've won 60 units. I'll show you now. Had you just followed the rules. Now, this was another fill-up race. We had the 2, the 5, and the 14. All right, so there's again, Now, what I want you to have a quick look at this one here. The reason why, well, it's $5, but you'll see there was a late scratching anyway. So we had that. That was one of the favourites, and even though it was one of the favourites, we still got price on every runner, which is a good thing. Now we go quickly to over the race 3. And you'll see the race there was a loss race. Some absolute dogs come out and won, but again, everything there was matched. Number 1, There, we had it rated at 386. Had you dropped it, there was still an 85% pot. Had you dropped it down to 330, 330. Now learn to do that, members. It's with these particular runners as well. These runners that are well and truly in the markets, if there's a big pot of, say, 84%, and that thing's, look, you could see here, 340, drop it by 30, 40 cents, it's fine. It won't affect the markets that much, the pot. Now, you could see the 3, it was an emergency, but the 4 well and truly overpriced, the 7, and so all these runners were overpriced. So you could have dropped price on number, but not much. I'm not asking you to drop by $1. You know, if that thing was 250 or 260, no way. Just leave. You know, these runners that are on top of the markets, you don't want to move much on price. You only want to move maybe 60, 70 cents tops. That's it. Other than that, let them go. Remove them off the sheet and add the sub runner. All right. So had you been betting following the rules, it was a loss race. Okay. Then we go to race 4. All right. And this was what I call a monster fill up. Now, the reason why it was a monster fill up, have a look at number 6. All right. Now, we had it rated at 378. Now, this is what I call this is the king theory. All right. And this is exclusive to Winning Edge and the way I approach my betting. Now, you were going to outlay 1.32 units on number 6. Now, at the end of the day, you could do 2 things. You could just remove the 6, or you do what I do. All right. Now, if that thing was rated at 278 and it was $1.70, I probably wouldn't have spread the units if I was betting today. But that thing was rated at 378, $4. There is no way that thing was a $2.60 chance. Now, at some point, you know, the top of it was hit $3. Now, what you had to do, again, close your eyes, ignore the noise. I say this all the time, and this is what many of you, I know, many of you would be what I call scared. Because you think, oh, what do I do here? What do I do? You do exactly what I tell you to do. And that is within the rules, you do 2 things. You just drop the 6. All right, there was no sub runner, so all you had to do of that particular race was drop the 6, spread the 1.32 units on the 2, on the 10, and even whatever the way you want it. You should have had 0.9 units on the 2, 0.92 units on the 10, and basically 1 unit on there. So it's the same outlay. All right, you were going to outlay 2.80 units had that thing got price. So I just spread them on the other runners, and hey presto, bingo, you got a horse rated at $10.88, you got $24. Or with the corpse, you could have got 18. Let's just say we record off Betfair SP, but if you don't bet with Betfair, you're up. There's $18 there. You've got 1 unit on it. Again, this is where you need to trust me on this one. I'm the one that's sending out the sheets. I've done this over 5 years. You need to learn to trust the system, okay? Just because you have 1 or 2 bad days and you're gonna start getting scared, you're gonna think, because the very next day, as you can see, the sheets just kill them. So if you just want to have dropped the 6 and not spread the units, then no problem. But you know, you wouldn't have had as many. You would have had whatever the outlay on the 6 was 0.46 units. Now had you spread the units, you've doubled your staking on it. Again, I say this to everybody. Who told you that you don't want to put more money on them? Who told you? It's just what you've all been led to believe. It's like, oh, why would I put 0.90 units on a horse rated at 18? Why not? If someone can give me a perfectly good reason why not, all right, I'll come and follow you. I'm telling you, that's what you need to do. You need to stop betting scared. Corporate bookmakers will consistently try to scare you. They do it all the time with prices, and especially during the midweeks. You know, the midweeks is one of the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I actually don't ignore the markets. All right, but when you got a horse rated pretty much at $4 into $260, and it wins, let's just say that thing won. So what? Do you really want to be sitting there backing horses at $2.60? Knock yourself out. I won't be backing them. And there's been a lot of frustrating seconds over the last 2 weeks because we keep getting beaten by these favourites. But you saw today that in one foul swoop. You just got to learn when to pass and when to abort a race, and that's how you're going to save yourself a whole heap of losses and make a whole heap of money. All right, now we go to race 5. We didn't get a winner there. That's okay. There's nothing there that suggests that. Oh, well, funny enough, I had the 4, but I removed it. The 4 was actually on the sheet. I actually removed it because I had that thing priced at $9. Now, when it was on the sheet, I can tinker around with the prices a little bit, and I thought, no, this thing's never going to hit the price that I wanted. I would have taken $7.50 for that, but that's, my price spat out $9. All right. Now, when I see that, I think, okay, well, what would I accept? I would accept $7.50, but I was never going to accept $5. So it won, and it was a non-win race, and then you start seeing, and this is what happens. They start coming late. All right, so again, we've got the Star O'Reilly. We got second, but have a look at the price of the horse that we had second. We had number 8. Okay, $10. All right, and have a look at its price. Again, we're just taking on these. There's 2 runners in a row that we've lost to $3.54. I'm not interested in them. I'll repeat myself over and over again. If you want me to sit here, I don't need a database. I don't need any of that to send you these runners. I just look at the markets, and I'll just go number 2, number 4, and hope to God number 2 and 4. But where's the money in that? There's none. All right, so just trust me on this one, please, and come and see me in a year's time. And if you've lost in a year's time, and after what I've been telling you, I'll listen to you. But just trust me on this one. Okay. Now we go to race 7. And have a look at this for a right royal fill up. All right. You think I didn't see number 1, Married to the Mob? Like I had a thing rated at $3.50. Again, so what if it wins? All right, and look at this. We actually had the trifecta. Now, the trifecta in this race, all right, have a look what it paid. It paid actually quite poor. We had the $21 winner. We had Time for Don at $5.50 for whatever it was. And then, 17, you got a 17 to 1 chance. We're getting these big price winners all the time. But have a look at this for a right royal fill-up. Have a look. I had number 6 rated at $8.95, all right? Now, we had all the runners there. I had number 3. We got price. It blew out. We had number 5. It just hit price. Okay. Hang on. I'm heading down to the race. Now, look at that. We had the 3, the 5, the 6, and the 7. You think I didn't see number 1? Really, guys? For the new guys, you think I don't see them? You think I'm sitting here trying to find them? I get my pet dog to find them if you want. This service, this winning edge service that you've got, we are not interested in favourites. I'll say this 1,000 times, and if favourites win, be prepared for a lost day. All right? We do the opposite of what everyone else does. Now, again, this is a massive fill-up. We've got a horse rated at $9. Have a look what it paid on Best SP. Have a look at that, $31. Do you think that scares me? Because if that scares you guys, just because it's $31 doesn't mean it can't win. It means that because my system that I've got here tells me mathematically, all right, I'm not going to go into how I get them to that, but there's a lot of information, there's a lot of work that goes into these sheets. You're only getting the end result of these sheets. So please learn to trust me and learn to understand that I'm not doing this to back $3.50 runners. I'm going to keep repeating myself, so then everybody, after a while, after 1,000 times, you're going to go, wow, he's trying to tell us something. Don't bet scared, okay? Look at that. That is one heck of a fill-up. We've had the 2 biggest roughies of the day. They're both on the sheet, and they're both massive fill-ups, okay? Please learn to trust me. And then, obviously, in the last race, look at this. Look at the last race. Look at number 3. Okay. Now, again, I see him. It ran second to a horse I actually dropped in the morning. I had that horse rated at $11. And, when I looked at the opening lines, I didn't like its price, so I dropped it. All right. Now, that sheet today, all right, just so you understand how much that sheet today won, all right, had you followed the rules, It's up 20 units. And that's taken into effect my bot, and my bot with the winning edge, you've won more. You've probably won about 30 units. All right, 30. Think about it, members. 30 units had you just followed the rules and blocked out the noise and not bet scared. All right, you give me one system in Australia that can make you 30 units off one sheet, I'll go over there tomorrow. You're not going to find them. Please don't bet scared and learn to trust me. Okay, I assure everybody you can win. Again, I didn't even record these sheets, and we can go over Dolby yesterday as well. Dolby sheets won like exorbitant amounts of money. Now, even today, the other sheets that I sent out, I'll just quickly bring them up. I'll just bring it up bigger for you. Okay, let's have a quick look at cans. All right, that sheet itself, it won. Well, let's have a look. Right, let's have a look. Now we go to Cairns race 1. Again, just follow the rules. Everything that you've been set out, follow the rules. Now race 1 was a pass because it was 2 unknown runners. Okay, so with the unknown runner situations, on most tracks, it's two or more runners that are unknown. I'll ask you to pass on the race. All right, I mistakenly didn't put that on the sheet. Okay, but it should have been a pass race. But even if you'd bet, okay, you couldn't have bet anyway because a couple of runners didn't even make price, and you had a late scratching. So it should have been a pass race, regardless. I think the 2, the 6, and where was the other runner? We had the 9. Okay, so you know the 2 never. Well, the 2 was in the emergency, so that all you had to do then was back the 6, the 9, and the 3. The 3 was a scratching, but there was two unknown runners. So there's 2 things here: you could have bet, or you could have passed. All right. Next time, if I do a sheet that I'm not recording, I see 2 or more unknown runners, I'll actually put pass. But because I didn't think anyone's, I'm not recording, I didn't put it. But we go to race 2. Okay. And race 2 was a bet. You lost. Okay. No problem. No drama. Everything there was above board. The 1 hit price. The 3 hit price. Actually, no. Sorry. This should have been a pass race because the 1 never hit price. It was $4.31. And number 3 never hit, certainly didn't hit price, so it's an automatic pass. So you're 0 from 2 at Cairns, or you could be 1 from whatever, okay? Because the second race nothing got matched, so it's an automatic pass race. Again, learn the art of being Yoda. Just block everything out. Don't try to sit there and think, oh, what do I do? The more you think, the more you have an opinion, the more the betting scared's going to come into your mindset. All right. When I do this, I just run the bots, and that's why I try to remove. Sometimes navigating is probably not the best thing for everybody because then human error comes in and human calls come in. Markets can trick you, but I've spoken about that before. But I just want to go over again. This is mainly for the new guys, so they understand what my mindset is. Okay, and if I have to do talks like this every 3 or 4 weeks and repeat myself, so be it, because we do get a lot of new people that are coming into the system. All right, and for the guys that have been with me a while, you don't have to listen to this. Okay, now have a look at this for a right royal fill-up. It's what I call a right royal fill-up. I mean, guys, look at this. All right, number 1, made hit price, we got price, no problem. Remember, we only had 4 picks. We had the 1, the 3, the 4, and the 6. Okay, now. The 3, which we had rated at $4.33. Have a look what price. Now again, $4.30. It's $3. I'm not backing a horse $4.33 into $3.10. I'm getting rid of it. Now, surprise, surprise. Number 6, we had it rated at $14.83. Okay, have a look at that price. You got $27. You got $26. Now, had you spread the units, you should have had 1.19 units on the 1. 105 units on the 4 and 0.72 units on the 6. I mean, seriously, that is a fill up and a half. And again, you've seen two examples of when you spread unit. Now you don't have to spread the units. I'm not. If you don't want to spread the units, then don't. But when you're going to question the results and you see, oh, why did someone win 13 units on a race? I only won 5. That's why. And that's the difference. Again, if number 3 had won, so what? Well, you know how many horses I drop every day because I can't get price? It's just how it is. Look at Sunday. Bendigo on Sunday, I probably had, the sheet had 6 winners. Maximum, I've got 2 runners that I got price. It happens. Bad luck. You can't do anything about it. Okay? So you go to race 4. And this is an example where if you'd followed the rules, okay, you had number 1, you had a pot of 66%, okay, and the runner hit price, so it's a bet, $4, no problem. Number 3, price, no problem. Number 5, second. I mean, look at that. That's what you really wanted to win. And number 6, you know, they all got price. Everything was honky dory. Have a bet. It's another winning race. It's not a big winning race, but you know, it's a winning race. So you're basically you're 2 from 2. Okay, if you'd followed the rules. Okay, remember, guys. You know when I say I'm not recording, I want everybody to understand that this Winning Edge betting syndicate. You know, we're not here to if there is a mistake or if you see something that's not right, it's probably something done accidentally. But you could see we're not even recording on winning days. Okay, we've already won 30 units at Gunnedah. That's never going to be recorded, and I get so many of those days. So the transparency with us here, it's why we are the leaders in this. We don't crap on. We're certainly not going to be sitting around trying to steal bets, or there's going to be some minor discrepancies here and there because of prices or something that I've dropped the runner on price here and there. But as you can see, there's nothing. We're open. We're an open book here. We're not hiding anything here. Okay. Now you go to race 5. Okay, and this is a good example where you could have done 2 things. Okay, you can see here Rothman. Okay, never hit price, 340. So that's automatically dropped. Then you have to look at the 3. Okay, now the 3 was rated at 316. All right, now it hit 280, 290 across the board, and $3 there. Now you could have either dropped it or included it, because again you dropped the 2. You've got the 3, the 4, and the 7. The price of the 4 and the 7. Look at that. Of course you take $293 for that. Why wouldn't you? You're certainly not going to take a horse rated at $466. You're not going to take it at $3.30, are you? Okay. But then you've got a horse rated at $316. So take $290 for it and $3 for it. You've still got a massive pot. That pot itself, if you dropped the 2, which you should have dropped, and taken $290 and all the other runners, you've got a pot of 90%. You see what I'm saying when I mean you've got to learn to adjust within yourself. You've got to learn to sort of, you got to be flexible a little bit here. Again, I'm not navigating. Had I been navigating, that's the exact play that we have to play there. Or if you wanted to, you could have passed on the race because you weren't happy with the price of the 3 and you were a bit worried what the 2 was doing. The big thing is everyone sees these things. Some days these market movers just win. So it is a little bit confusing and sometimes a little bit tricky where you think, oh, what do I do here? Remember, to the old members and to the new members, if in doubt, pull out. If you're not, so I mean, it wasn't a big fill-up race, so it wasn't that overly important had you bet or not. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be too hard on myself if I didn't bet on that particular race. And then in the last 2 races, okay, they were both losing races. All right, but that's okay. You're I think 2 from 3, whatever you are, but you're 3 from 5. I mean, that sheet there, it won 20 units. There's your 50 units for the day. Had you just followed the rules. Okay? That's all I'm asking you to do when I'm not around. Or if I say, guys, here are the sheets, as you said, and I sent our message, said the Gunnedah meeting and the Cairns meeting actually weren't bad meetings. The Mornington meeting, I actually said, watch it. This particular track is a favourites paradise. Now that sheet happened to win 2 units had you just followed the rules. Now if we go into Dalby yesterday, okay, so let's go quickly into Dalby yesterday, and we'll have a look at where what this sheet did. You know, it's phenomenal what these sheets are doing without even me recording. And I assure everybody that's out there is, you know, I don't need to record every day, but the sheets have won in 2 days. Not recording, you're looking at about 70 units. I can assure you of that. I mean, it's not I can assure you. It's there in black and white for everybody to see. There was two meetings there yesterday, and both meetings pretty much won. And again today, I'm not going to go over the Mornington sheet. I think it won 2 units, but it was there had you just followed the exact rules that I ask everybody to do. So Dalby yesterday was unbelievable. Okay, we go to race 1. Look at the first winner. I mean, how's that for a right royal fill up? The first winner has paid $45.69. I mean, even if you just bet in that particular race and move on. I mean, I did say look at the first 2 or 3 races, or 3 or 4 races, and you got your first winner rated at $15.66. You got $45.69. Guys, to the new members, we had a bad weekend, but the ferocity in this, the way this thing comes back is unbelievable. You know, as I said, Saturday and Sunday we probably dropped maybe 25 units, and come Monday and Tuesday we've doubled it back up, because it's just a machine. You don't look at it on a day-to-day basis. You got to look at it on an overall thing. There are a lot of people making money off these sheets, and smart people that are making money off these sheets. And I want everybody to make money off these sheets. I don't want to put people aside and go, well, everybody can make money off the sheets. Look, I mean, all you had to do yesterday was completely follow the rules. All right. Again, if I wanted to record, why wouldn't I record? I've just duped. You know, we've just duped ourselves almost 70 to 80 units in 2 days. Now, people don't win 80 units in a year. We've done it in 2 days, and it's not like we're hiding it at Winning Edge. It's all there to see. Race 2. Okay? We got another winner. All right, Moss to go. Like, what was it rated? We've got the 1, which got matched. We got number 2, which got matched. Let's have a look. Sorry, that was a losing race because we had to drop the 2 and add the 3, etc., etc. Okay. Again, we didn't have to add. We only had the 1. So in this particular race, we had the 1, the 3, and the 6. Okay, the one that we dropped 1, bad luck. You would have lost. Next, but you've got the first biggest fill up of your life. Like, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Okay, then we go to race 3, and it's another loss. Everything was matched. We got the 1, that was 6 was the right price. The 7 and the 9 again were, a bit stiff. The 9's second at look at that, at 26 to 1, and you can see what won the race. One of the favourites. Yawn. Okay, you go to race 4. All right, and this was a race where, look at this. It could have been where was it? 1, 3, 6, and 9. I know it was a no bet, but if you wanted to bet, okay. Number 4, 2, 4, 7, and 10 were all the 2, the 4, the 7, and 10. Sorry, I just got stuck there for a minute. Now the play then was, had you been betting, okay, was the 2 was matched, the 7 was matched, the 10. That's right. You just had to drop the 10. Drop the 10, add the 4, and you've got 1.25 units on the 4, big fill up. Had you bet, but that was a pass race anyway. All right, so it's a non-existent. Had I been money, it was a pass race, so it doesn't matter. But then you look at race 5. Okay, you got the 1 matched. You got price on that. You got the 3. Where was the 3? Matched. You got the 5. Where was the 5? Yeah, the 5 was 503. Now you could have done 2 things here. You could have dropped it. It would have got matched anyway. So it's a bet. So there's another winning race. Okay. Even though there was a scratch in there, you still should have won that race. And you got race 6. Okay. I mean, have a look at this. Have a look at this for a right. Again, I love the word right roll. Have a look at this for a fill up. Have a look at this. We've got a horse rated here at $8.50. Okay. And look at that. Now the play for this race was number 1. It was a bet. Number 7. Did it make price? Yes, it was a bet. Race 8, number 8 was a bet. But look at this. We've got a horse rated at $8.50. Guys, we've got $28. $28. And it's won. And there's your 2 big fill-ups for the day. There's your 20 units. Okay? Without even blinking. And all you had to do was follow the rules. That's it. I mean, it's not anything that's... I'm not asking you to do anything that's hard. Just follow the rules. The last race was... But there's your 20 units for the day. You got 3 big fill-up races. Okay, so in 2 days, without even me recording, and it's not like I'm hiding this, it's not like this is all, fudged, or... We don't fudge. I don't need to fudge. Okay? You've won 50 units today. You've won 20 units at Dolby yesterday. Even the orange sheets yesterday did well. It doesn't stop. It's 2 days of non-recording that it could all look great, but I don't bet on Monday and Tuesdays. Now, when I send out a message to everybody to say I'm not recording, that doesn't mean that you don't have to bet. It's actually the best time to bet. I'll always write a comment and say, hey, these are the 2 meetings to stay away from. Like today, I actually said, I made note of the fact that Mornington was the favourite capital of Australia, even though the fact that sheet still won. It won 2 or 3 units. And I did say that the Cairns meeting and the Gunnedah meetings go in there, have a dip. Have a feel of the meetings. Learn the markets, learn what they're doing. And just because one sheet's not doing well, go to another sheet. That's going to be the norm with us over here now because... Look, I'm a very busy guy. I've got there's myself and 3 other people that are all compiling this data together, and they're all sending out these sheets together. So you could see the navigation is good, but also the navigation is not the best. Not that it's not the best. It's because I know when to pass on a race, because sometimes it's very contradictory. Like I'll give you a set of rules, and all of a sudden the rules get thrown out when I'm navigating. But if you just block the noise, look at what's on the sheets and just bet according to the rules, I assure you everybody will win. And I've just showed you. All right. So I'm going to start doing I'm going to do a talk on about to refresh people about the rules. And I'm going to do another talk and I'm going to send it through. But again, I just wanted to go over the Monday and Tuesday sheets to make sure that, we're all transparent here, that we're not hiding anything. And that sometimes for the new guys that are questioning results and all that, please, by all means, I'm happy for you to question it. You're not going to catch us bullshitting. We don't do it ever intentionally. All right. There's 1,000 sheets that get sent out a month. I'm sure out of 1,000 sheets, there's going to be some discrepancies with the pricing, because some people might get one price, other people's might get mine. And what you might drop, and you've seen it with my navigation, I drop a lot of runners on price, and I send out units with different units on there. Okay. So just bear in mind that we're open. Please, happy to always look at any sheets that people are finding issues with. But as you can see right now, in the last 2 days, we have not recorded 100 units. All right, 100 units in 2 days of winning. That's phenomenal, and it's going to continue because I don't change a thing. But again, for the new people, the new members, even the old members, remember one thing: favourites win. You're going to lose. So you're going to have to swallow it, because this service does not back favourites. All right, we are here to beat the favourite. All right, thanks, guys.